Airport security is changing fast, and if you're not prepared, you could be denied boarding. From digital IDs to automated screening lanes, new rules are catching travelers off guard, and one simple mistake could ruin your trip. Today, I'll reveal the biggest TSA mistakes travelers are making right now, including a digital ID error that's stopping people at security. There's one TSA mistake that even seasoned travelers make. I'll reveal it later, but first, there's a free service 90% of travelers don't know about that could make airport security faster and stress-free. Don't risk being the person stuck at TSA, watching your flight take off without you. Watch this before your next trip. Now let's get started. Do you really think digital IDs mean you can leave your wallet at home? Think again. Many travelers are making this huge airport security mistake, assuming that digital ID is a complete replacement for physical ID. But that misunderstanding has led to denied boarding, missed flights, and frustrated travelers stuck arguing with TSA agents. In today's video, we're covering the 6 biggest airport security mistakes that could completely derail your trip. Remember how I mentioned a free TSA service that most travelers don't know about? We'll get to that in just a few seconds. This one makes getting through security faster and easier than ever. Mistake number 1 is wasting time in a single file line instead of using automated lanes. Here's something that might be slowing you down at airport security, and you don't even realize it. Most travelers are still standing patiently in a single file line, waiting for their turn to unload their items, even when there's a much faster option available. Have you ever seen those new automated screening lanes at your airport? Let me know in the comments. These high-tech security lanes are designed to speed up the process, but a surprising number of people don't know how to use them properly, which ironically leads to even more delays. Here's how they work. Instead of the usual single line where everyone waits behind one person frantically unloading their stuff, these automated lanes have multiple stations set up side by side. That means several travelers can place their bags into bins at the same time, instead of waiting for one person to finish before the next can begin. Sounds simple, right? Well, here's where things get confusing. If you're standing in line and see someone ahead of you still loading their bins, your instinct, after years of being told to wait your turn, is to stay behind them. But that's actually the wrong move. With these new lanes, if you see an empty station, you should walk directly up to it and start unloading, even if the person next to you hasn't finished yet. It feels strange at first because we've all been trained to follow a strict one-at-a-time system at security. But the reality is, these lanes are designed to keep things moving faster. If you hesitate and wait for every person in front of you to finish before stepping up, you're actually slowing down the process for yourself and everyone else behind you. Now here's where it gets funny. Since these lanes are still relatively new, most travelers aren't used to them. That means TSA officers constantly have to shout reminders at confused passengers. Move to any open station. Keep it moving. They don't always say please either. So, the next time you're at security and you see an open bin station, don't hesitate. Step up and start unloading. It's not rude. It's exactly how these lanes are meant to work. Mistake number 2 is misunderstanding digital ID and how to properly use it. With new security technology rolling out across U.S. airports, travelers are eager to take advantage of digital ID systems designed to make airport screening quicker and more convenient. But here's where things go wrong. A shocking number of travelers believe that simply having a photo of their ID on their phone is enough. It's not. TSA will not accept a picture of your driver's license, passport, or any other form of identification. If you try to show them an image of your ID instead of the real thing, you will be turned away instantly. So, how does digital ID actually work? If you want to use it correctly, you need to set it up properly in a digital wallet, like Apple Wallet, Google Wallet, or Samsung Wallet. Once your ID is stored in one of these apps, the process is straightforward. When you reach airport security, you scan your phone at the TSA reader, and the system quickly verifies your identity by matching your face to the digital ID. In most cases, this makes security faster, smoother, and more efficient. But even when travelers do everything right, there are still major problems that can cause digital ID to fail. Your phone battery could die before you even make it to the checkpoint. A Bluetooth connection issue might prevent the scanner from reading your ID. TSA's system could experience a glitch or malfunction at the worst possible time. And here's something a lot of people don't realize. Even if everything works perfectly, TSA agents still have the right to request your physical ID. The TSA is very clear about this. Digital ID is meant to supplement, not replace traditional identification. If a TSA agent asks for your physical ID and you don't have it, you are not getting on that plane. No exceptions. And this not even the worst mistake. Wait until you hear about this next one. Want to know the smartest way to avoid this issue? If you want to avoid any issues at airport security, the best thing you can do is always travel with a physical ID as a backup. Your safest option is to bring your passport, since it works for both domestic and international flights. If you prefer using another form of ID, make sure to check TSA's website to see which forms of identification are currently accepted. It's also worth keeping an eye on the latest updates regarding real ID requirements, since enforcement of those rules keeps changing. Let's say you make it to the airport and suddenly realize you left your other wallet at home with your driver's license in it. Does that mean your trip is ruined? Not necessarily. Before you panic, go straight to a TSA officer and explain the situation. While you may have heard that you can't board a flight without an ID, TSA actually has backup procedures in place for travelers who forget or lose their identification. The verification process takes extra time and may involve answering personal questions or providing other proof of identity. But in many cases, it's still possible to clear security and board your flight. It's far from ideal, but it's better than missing your trip entirely. Mistake number 3 is skipping trusted traveler programs like TSA PreCheck and Global Entry. Picture this. You're stuck in an airport security line that feels longer than a theme park ride on a holiday weekend. The person in front of you just realized they still have a full water bottle in their bag. The guy behind you is kicking off his shoes, fumbling with his belt, and somehow still setting off the metal detector. And the TSA officer? They're exhausted, repeating the same instructions for the 100th time. Now imagine skipping all of that. No removing your shoes, no unpacking your laptop, no waiting behind people who haven't been to an airport since 2019, just breezing through security like you own the place. That's the power of TSA PreCheck and Global Entry. And if you're not using them, you're making travel way harder than it needs to be. See, airport security has never been more confusing. Between automated screening lanes, digital IDs, and constantly changing policies, the general security line has become a total mess. People don't know where to go, how to use the new tech, or what they need to take out of their bags. It's not their fault. These systems are brand new, but it's making security lines slower and more frustrating than ever. That's why TSA PreCheck is a total game changer. Instead of getting stuck in the chaos, you get to use a separate, faster security lane, one filled with travelers who actually know what they're doing. It's up to you, but you don't have to take off your shoes, belt, or light jacket. You don't have to pull out your laptop or liquids. And the best part? The TSA agents in these lanes are never constantly yelling instructions at confused travelers. And if you ever travel internationally, Global Entry is definitely a better choice. Not only do you get all the perks of TSA PreCheck, but when you return to the US, you can skip the long customs lines and use a self-service kiosk instead. No waiting, no paperwork, just scan your passport and go. So if you travel even a couple of times a year, signing up for one of these programs is an absolute no-brainer. Because once you breeze through security in 5 minutes, while everyone else is struggling to get their shoes back on, you'll never go back to the old way of traveling. Mistake number 4 is ignoring TSA PreCheck and overlooking a game-changing resource. At this point, we've established that TSA PreCheck is a must-have for stress-free travel. But here's the thing, so many travelers still don't take the time to sign up, even though it's ridiculously cheap and easier than ever to get. If you fly even just once or twice a year, you should seriously consider getting on the TSA PreCheck program. The cost? Only $78 for 5 years. But here's where most travelers make a huge mistake. Even if you don't have TSA PreCheck, you should still be using one of the best free resources that TSA offers, the My TSA app. I use this app almost every time I travel, and I'm shocked by how many people have no idea it exists. Most travelers know they can check the TSA website for the basics, what you can and can't bring through security. But the My TSA app takes things to a whole new level. And before you roll your eyes at the idea of downloading yet another government app, trust me, this one is actually surprisingly good. Most government apps are frustrating, clunky, and borderline useless. But this? It's simple, user-friendly, and requires 0 signups or passwords. Just download it, and you can instantly start using it. So, what makes this app a game changer? First, it's basically a one-stop shop for all things TSA related. Instead of searching across different websites, the app puts everything in one place. It has a Can I Bring search feature that lets you quickly check if an item is allowed or not. It also shows real-time security wait times at your airport, which is insanely helpful if you're trying to time your arrival. There's even a direct link to TSA's official screening checklist, which is perfect if you haven't flown in a while and need a refresher on what to expect. If your airport is experiencing delays or closures, the app updates in real time so you don't get caught off guard. And if you ever have a super specific question, you can contact the TSA directly through the app. One of my favorite features? You can save items to your favorites list so you don't have to keep searching for the same things every time you pack. And if you're feeling overwhelmed by all the new airport security changes, the app's checklist feature is a lifesaver. It breaks down exactly what you need to do before screening, straight from TSA itself, so you know you're getting the most accurate, up-to-date information available. At the end of the day, whether you use TSA PreCheck or not, ignoring this free resource is a big mistake. It's like having an airport security cheat sheet in your pocket, and once you start using it, you'll wonder how you ever traveled without it. Just like we saw with TSA PreCheck, skipping this next step could cost you time. Mistake number 5 is one that a lot of travelers don't even realize they can avoid. Feeling overwhelmed or anxious at airport security when there's a completely free program designed to help. If the thought of TSA screening makes your heart race, you're not alone. But what most people don't know is that the TSA actually offers a service called TSA Cares, and it's specifically designed to support travelers who need a little extra assistance. Now here's the part that surprises people. You don't need a medical condition or a disability to use this service. If airport security makes you anxious, if you just want a little extra guidance, or if you're traveling with someone who could use additional support, this program is for you. I totally get that if you're already feeling nervous about going through security, the idea of reaching out and asking for help might feel overwhelming, but please don't let that stop you. The TSA Cares program is there to make your experience easier, not harder. And if you're worried that asking for help might just draw more attention to you, don't be. The TSA agents working with this program, called Passenger Support Specialists, are specifically trained to assist with everything from handling medical devices to helping ease travelers' anxiety. And they do it in a way that is discreet, supportive, and professional. So how does it work? It's super simple. You can call the TSA Cares hotline or submit a request online, and they'll arrange for a TSA Cares agent to meet you at the airport. From there, you'll have someone to personally guide you through security, answer your questions, and make sure you get through the process as smoothly as possible. They can even assist with things like placing your items in bins or providing a private screening area if needed. And here's the best part. This service is completely free. No hidden costs, no special membership required, just a stress-free way to navigate airport security. If you've ever had a rough time at TSA, this could be a total game changer. In fact, a ton of travelers who have used TSA Cares say that it completely transformed what used to be a stressful experience into something totally manageable. If that sounds like something that could help you, I highly recommend giving it a try. Now, mistake number 6 is something that catches even the most prepared travelers off guard, expecting airport security to always follow the rules exactly as you've read online. You might have done your research, checked the TSA website, and packed your bags to perfection. But then you get to the airport and suddenly the rules seem different. And here's the crazy part. TSA does this on purpose. That's right. TSA intentionally keeps things unpredictable. If security was the same every time, someone with the wrong intentions could figure out exactly how to get through undetected. And if you think that's overkill, just wait until you hear what people have actually tried to sneak past security. Take this incident at an American airport. A traveler showed up at the security checkpoint with what looked like a simple book she had brought to read. Nothing suspicious, right? Except this book had a fully loaded handgun stuffed inside it. TSA officers spotted it on the scanner, opened up the book, and sure enough, there it was, completely hidden between the pages. And if that wasn't bizarre enough, let's talk about the passenger at Miami International Airport who tried to smuggle raw chicken through security, with a hidden firearm inside the bird. Yes, you heard that right. A full-on Thanksgiving chicken situation, except instead of stuffing, it was packing heat. Now, obviously, most travelers aren't trying to bring weapons inside a book or poultry, but these kinds of incidents are exactly why TSA is constantly adjusting its security measures. So, if you show up and suddenly the rules seem different, don't panic. It's not personal and it's not random. It's part of how they keep security effective. And the best way to handle this unpredictability? Prepare for the worst-case scenario. Even if your airport has the latest automated security lanes, digital ID scanners, or advanced screening tech, always pack like you're going through the old-school system. That means you should keep large electronics easily accessible. Empty your pockets before you even step in line. Stick to the 3-1-1 liquid rule to avoid surprises. And most importantly, always pay attention. Put away your phone, take off your headphones, and actually listen to what TSA officers are saying. Even if you're in a TSA pre-check lane, if you notice other travelers ahead of you taking off their shoes or pulling out their electronics, there's a good chance you'll be asked to do the same. The process changes constantly, and the more alert you are, the smoother it will go. Want to stay ahead of all the latest TSA rule changes? Check out the videos in our playlists for more airport security changes being rolled out at airports across the country. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss a travel tip that could save you time, stress, and maybe even your entire trip. Please make sure you know the new rules and changes so you can be prepared for your next trip. And hey, why not download my free ebook, Top 5 Travel Scenarios and How to Solve Them? You'll get some cool tips that could save your next trip from disaster. And stay tuned because a full 25 travel scenario guide is coming soon. I also invite you to join my membership program here on YouTube, where you will get exclusive tips and videos before anyone else does. It only costs $2.99 per month for the basic plan. Please take a few minutes to check out the links in the description. Anything you purchase will help to support the channel. Thanks in advance for doing so. And don't forget to visit the YouTube shopping area below the video. I value your support. Please share this video with your friends and family. This is your channel host Cheryl saying until next time, safe travels, and don't forget to like, share, and hit that notification bell for more travel updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.